Good evening. I am your host, Samuel Mbogwa, and I will be taking you through Apply Business Communication. And this is under CBET, and initially in NEC, we used to call it communication skills. So I will be taking you through, and by the end of the session, expect that you as the learner, you'll be able to define the term communication. You'll be able to state the key components of communication, and also you'll be able to explain the process of communication. And with that, maybe you can go to the next slide where we will define communication. Maybe if in the chats, you can let me know what you think communication is, and kindly do it fast so that we can be able to keep time. Kindly write in the chat what you think communication is. Write in the chats what you think communication is. I hope everybody can be able to access the chats. You can write in the chats what you think communication is. Yes, I can see from Mr. Ondigo that he's saying communication is the process of passing information. Thank you. Yeah. So yes, Mr. Poisha is saying that communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, feelings, or messages between two or more people to create understanding, and it involves a sender, message, and a medium of communication. Then Faith is saying that communication is the transfer of information from a sender to a receiver. Susan is saying that it's sharing of ideas. Titus is saying that it refers to the passing of information from one person to another through a medium. Thank you very much for your cooperation and your interaction. Then maybe we can summarize that by saying you are all right. And we can put it simply as communication is the process of exchanging information and understanding between individuals or groups. And this is very essential to human interaction, and it's a fundamental activity in organizations. And now we can state about the key components of communication, which includes the sender, the message, and the channel. And I will put you in breakout rooms. And in these breakout rooms, I want you to discuss briefly on the components of communication. And you can also discuss about the process of communication and what is necessary for communication to take place. So I will put you in two breakout rooms, and I will expect you to be discussing either through chats, or you can even be talking to each other. And after that, I will bring you back to the meeting and we can continue from there. So automatically you will find yourself in a room, and I will be coming to every room to ensure that you guys are discussing. So
Recording in progress.
Sender, receiver,
Okay.
channel.
Masai imefika ndio. Ni hivyo tu. Noise.
Feedback.
Kuwe fia kwa hapo.
So the breakout rooms will close in around 45 seconds. And I can hear you guys are talking, so you can continue maybe. Yes, so we will be going back to the class, and our session will continue, where now I will expect you, from what you have discussed, to explain the process of communication. And after that, we'll do a summary, and maybe I'll give you guys some assignments. So I hope that I'm audible, and if you can hear me, you can put your thumbs up. Give me some thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Mr. Solomon. Thank you, Mr. Charles. And from there, we can continue. So the key components, as you have discussed, maybe Mr. Ondigo, you can tell me the various components that you have discussed with your group members.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, from our group we had around 4, whereby we have the first thing, we must have the message, the sender, the receiver, and the feedback. And also we had noise and the issue of encoding and decoding. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ondigo. And so from here, I've heard you say something about encoding, and maybe from the infographic that's here, you can see that there is there's a sender, and this is the person that initiates the communication, and the sender now has a message. The sender encodes the message in a way that the receiver will be able to decode it. As you can see down here, there's decoding. Then after the receiver has received the message and decoded it, now the receiver is able to give the feedback back to the sender. And when this process is complete, then we say that the process of communication has been achieved and communication was successful. Then we have already talked about the key components of communication. So maybe I'll go to the next slide, where we have key components of effective communication. Here we have feedback, and feedback is the response that is given by the receiver after the receiver has decoded the information that has been passed. Then we have noise, which refers to any interference that distorts the message. We have interference, and this can disrupt the clarity of communication. So in the communication process, we have already talked about encoding and the transmission and the decoding. I hope that you have all gotten it. And maybe I can show you an infographic that to further increase your understanding. So here we can see the sender who is encoding the information so that the receiver can receive it and be able to give feedback, to decode and give feedback. When the receiver has now given feedback to the sender, the process of communication is deemed as complete. So we can come here and maybe I will play you a video, and I hope it won't take too much time. It's a 1-minute video so that maybe you can be able to understand it even better. You can mute your mic. Kindly, the one who was unmuted. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me share my screen. So can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up.
Not clear. Not clear.
Pardon?
Not clear. Okay, now it can be seen. It's visible.
Okay. Thank you.
Test. Sender is the individual group or organization that needs or wants to share information with some other individual group or organization. The receiver is the individual group or organization for which the information is intended. The message is the information that the sender needs or wants to share with other people. A message is clear when it contains information that is easily interpreted or understood. Once the sender has decided what the message is, the next step in the process is encoding, translating the message into symbols or language that the receiver understands. Once a message is encoded, it is transmitted to the receiver through some medium. The medium is the pathway through which an encoded message is transmitted to a receiver. Just as senders have to translate their ideas or messages into a form that can be to the receiver, receivers have to make sense of the messages they receive. Decoding is interpreting or trying to make sense of a sender's message. After decoding the message, the receiver has to respond to it and start the feedback loop. The receiver must first decide what message to pass on to the original sender. If receiver properly interpreted the initial message and common understanding has been reached, the communication process is complete.
So thank you. I hope that you have all listened to the video, and maybe Madam Faith, maybe you can tell me what you have heard from the video, and from what you have understood, how does the process of communication go?
From what I've gathered from the video, it's necessary to have a media or channel for the sender a message, for the message to get to the receiver. So there has to be a medium or a channel.
So thank you. Mr. Ondigo Charles, maybe you can add to what Faith has told us, and you can tell me what you have learned about the process of communication.
To add on, I think with communication, you must have the message as the key part, and the receiver and the sender, who are the personas who in the communication. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So I can see that you guys have gotten some insight on the process of communication, and we can go to the last part here, where maybe we can get to know what we have learned today. We have learned about the definition of communication, and we have learned about the components and the process of communication. And like you have told me, it involves encoding, transmission, decoding, and feedback. Understanding this flow can help you identify the potential barriers and improve our communication strategies. So as we want to end our lesson, maybe I can get one of you to define communication from what you have understood. Mr. Solomon, kindly do me this honor and define communication for the rest of the students.
Okay. Mnanisikia?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. Communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, feelings, or messages between two or more people to create understanding. It involves a sender, a message, a medium or channel, and a receiver.
Yes, thank you. So that was that about communication, and I hope that the session has been good. I have been your facilitator. My name is Samuel Mbogwa, and maybe for any inquiries, you can reach me through the numbers on the screen or the email. And lastly, I will give you an assignment, and this I will do orally, so I expect you to be writing. I want you to make notes on the different modes of communication. I want you to write short notes on different modes of communication. And when we meet in our next session, we will go through this and we will discuss further. With that, I hope that you do have a good evening, and my lesson ends there. Maybe if you have any question, you can ask. Okay, so I can't see any questions, so I think I will end my session there. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.